what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim, this is Tyler, and it is Toonie Tuesday. I'm just kidding, there's no tunes. But remember Tiny Toons? Oh, that was such a good show. I missed that show. Anyway, hope...
Yeah, back when we were, young, dumb, and full of... Anyway.
Gum. Lots of gum. Anyway, hope everyone's having a fantastic week so far. We just got a little bit of things for you guys today. But before we start into that, Tyler, why don't you kick us off and tell them where they can find us and stuff?
Oh, how about you don't tell me what to do? How about I'm my own dad? But of course we're on. Well, you know what? No, let's start with this. Okay, so obviously in the States, there's been like a laxening. I don't know if that's the right word. They've been really toning down their enforcement of any type of stealing and stuff like that. And to be fair, this just seems like a natural progression. So, it started with stealing $900 from every store that you could possibly walk into, and you wouldn't be criminally charged. And that's happening all over these liberal fucking garbage places. But so there's that. Now it's escalated to, oh, we just steal cars now. That's what we do. We just steal cars. Whatever
No, we're
happened
not.
to like anti-theft and all this stuff that's supposed to stop cars from starting without, you know, oh,
Right?
a little bit of a teaser there, kind of bearing the lead as to where this is going. To be fair, it's not like car theft is anything new, but it just seems really interesting that there's such a focus or that this is becoming more and more prevalent. Um that and more with this woke pronoun thing instead of, actually being good at something, you just say, "Hey, I'm a they them." Well, still when you go to a doctor, you're still going to have to get a checkup and they need to kind of know what your anatomy is. This whole attack on women is unbelievable to me. It's really astounding.
I don't know about you, but
Oh,
when I go to the doctor, I'm always hoping for a prostate exam. Someone's like, I'm a
me,
dude, you know?
me too. How weird. And then when the real doctor comes in, like, who was that guy? Oh,
that
dude.
You were concerned about testicular cancer? I was. Can you please hold my balls while I cough? Thank you.
Now I have AIDS thanks to that doctor. The doctor gave me AIDS.
That's really awkward.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that and anything else that we come up with. I have been inundated. Oh well, and maybe we'll touch on that a little bit. I've been absolutely overwhelmed with what's been going on. But before we get into that and anything else, of course we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Spotify. So hit the Rumble button and leave us a review. All that crap. YouTube, I really you got to go where the fish are. So you know what? Hit the subscribe button. Share this with your friends. Let's get into this first one.
Hold on, though.
Oh, okay, or not?
We have a campaign going on. What is our campaign?
Yes, we do. It is called Cursing for a Cause. When we swear we give $1 to charities that we support, like the JCCF. I always screw that up. Or like animal rights types of groups. Not PETA. Get fucked. Not PETA, because PETA likes to kill animals. It's weird how they do that.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with PETA and actually liking how they kill animals. I don't know how you could possibly do that, but
Me neither. Like it mind boggles me that the fact of them doing this to then in turn show people what it is that other people do to animals to get you to, donate money and try to stand up for the cause. When meanwhile, they could just, tell you or show you videos of actual places that they sneak into and go undercover as opposed to actually tormenting animals. Now, not saying every single PETA thing does that. Relax, okay? But it has been
You're not
known.
far off.
It has been known.
Ain't far off.
It's just like the whole priest thing. Not every priest is bad, but You
But
know,
you definitely don't want to leave them around your kids, kind of thing.
not
You're kind of
alone.
asking for it. You're asking for it. Do you
God.
want to be a statistic? Because that's how you become a statistic. Okay, all right. So this first thing, um, so Detroit. This is from Detroit News. So the thriving metropolis. Trust me, it's not a metropolis. It's really sad going into Detroit because you can see what a juggernaut this city was. Just the city, not the state, not the U.S. country. The city of Detroit. You see manufacturing buildings everywhere. You see the remnants of it. They're all like boarded up and busted windows and all this, and the roads are all falling apart. And eh. This place was a juggernaut of industry. Literally built like helped build the world. But now, all right. So one person was arrested. This is from Detroit News. So one arrested after Mustangs stolen from a flat rock plant. Three recovered in Detroit. So they stole three of them. Again,
Nay,
like I
nay.
said on the outset.
Nay, nay. They stole 5.
Well, but I'm saying from this article. So they started with three. Again, you have these type of like super ultra left, decriminalizing stuff, and do you think people do not feel emboldened by this? This is from the plant. This isn't like it came from, it was just on a dealer lot and they left the keys in it and someone, fired
Yeah.
it up.
Well,
This
actually,
is right from the plant.
sorry, I misspoke. They didn't steal 5. They stole a total of 6 this night from that plant. Just 3 of them have been recovered. One of them being in the picture that you're seeing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of, yeah, it's so weird. It's like literally right from the plant. And I believe they had gotten into the yard. And apparently, the weird thing is, this isn't the first time that this particular plant in the Flat Rock area has been hit. It was less than 2 weeks ago. There was also another 5 Mustangs that were stolen from the exact same plant.
Oh, 11.
Yeah. And that's not including
Um,
even if you're going to go back into 2021, because there was stuff that was in December yet too. So, but it's just, it mind boggles me, like they just like, they're stealing these cars. Whatever happened to, the Fast and the Furious days, where they steal the cars and then, maybe they ship them off and, make some money on them or something. Nay, nay. These guys are just like, let's go for a joyride.
I don't know if they're necessarily going for a joyride. I think they obviously they tried to steal them, but they ran out of gas because it's a Ford, so Ford.
Well, it's funny because the 3 of them, there were 3 of them that the police had caught at the gas station. They seen them at the gas station trying to fill up. And one of them, I think it was because there was an orange one, a red one, and I think a black one that were recovered that night. And I believe it was the black
Oh,
one. That one
natives.
just took. Oh, gee, what? That one.
Orange people. We all know what the
Oh.
orange people are.
Oh, right. My bad. You're allowed to say that because you are. So.
That's when you mix Aboriginal and Chinese. That's when you get an orange man.
Oh, I see. The red and the yellow. I got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the black guys just, hey, this is my heritage. This is what we do.
You know, I mean, but yeah, so that one, it was
Um,
kind of funny because, yeah, he just kept going. When the police seen him, he took off from the gas station. So he never got any gas, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on whichever way you want to look at it. But yeah, he ended up going, and the cops
did he
ended up,
run into the bushes and then just closed his eyes?
I don't know, but he did run up on the curb and smash into something.
Oh, those aren't dark
Oh,
and
jeez.
hide on a curb.
No, I
What do you do?
no, it was in the grass somewhere.
Well, I guess grass at night. Yeah, I suppose you just close your eyes and don't smile. Stuff's like
Yeah,
fluorescent.
keep your mouth
Crazy.
shut. 100%.
Oh, mm-hmm. The pearly whites. It's weird.
Trying to
They're like
see. Oh,
they're bioluminescent.
yeah, article didn't actually
So,
show it.
but so you're okay. So you're seeing 6 vehicles stolen, and this has been, like, an absolute degradation with these types of, it looks like a place in decay, and I don't mean in the literal sense, but I mean in terms of, like, policy sense that, they see people that are in, let's say, in bad ways, that I'm sure Detroit, like, the Detroit mayor, I don't know, whatever they are, I don't care personally, but I'm sure they see that, like, you know, they can look at, like, a snapshot of their city and go, this used to be it. This was the place to be. Detroit at one time was the richest country in the world. That's how big Detroit was. I wonder if people truly remember just how big Detroit was, how important it was. And now it's not even a fraction of what it was. Not even close. But so I'm thinking, like, they kind of have that idea in their mind, like, yeah, we used to be large, and our people are just suffering, and if we just help them out, you know they'll be fine. Well, Detroit has record crime. You look at Chicago. Chicago's kind of the same thing. It has record crime. It's weird how a lot of these, hard left places have so much crime. And I would not be surprised if this was a regular occurrence of cars being stolen from the plant. So, it's like when Black Lives Matter was coming in, they came into minority communities. It's weird because it's like upper middle class, suburban white kids going into minority neighborhoods, burning them down.
Yeah.
So it seems it's almost like that mentality of, well, you know what, I'm gonna go somewhere to, do harm, actually negatively impact. Does you think this doesn't have implications for, Ford or Dodge or, well, Chrysler, or, all these companies? Do you not think that they go, well, fuck, you can't, look at like what Walgreens had to do. I think it was Walgreens in California shut down their stores because they said, like, we just can't keep up. We are losing millions of dollars. Our stores are running at a deficit because it's just everything's getting stolen.
There's another article that I just posted in the show map underneath before the next one. Um, Apparently, back in March, there was some more high-end vehicles that were stolen from Sterling Heights, Michigan, in Detroit. And these are higher-end models selling up for $100,000. There was Dodge Ram pickup trucks that were driven away, Ram tracks. Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's
so,
crazy. They're like, screw
so
it. Let's just take it right from the plant.
well, might as well. Like, I wonder. Do you think if maybe someone is working on the inside doing this?
Sounds pretty plausible in my way of thinking. I feel. Um, I mean, to me, it seems a little suspicious if there isn't somebody working on the inside. But I mean, to be fair, I'd rather them steal them from the plant than like my backyard. Not like I have like $100,000 vehicles in my backyard or anything, but I
Not
mean,
yet.
not yet. Nope, haven't made it big yet, baby.
That Coke money ain't gonna sell itself.
Oh God.
Or that Coke. But you're looking, even in the article, it says the same thing happened a week ago at the very same location. So I think, like, I look at this as kind of like a bigger thing. This is a bigger problem. If you don't give people opportunity, if people don't have opportunity, what do they do? And compound the fact of, well, the reason why you're in a bad place is because someone else's skin color that had nothing to do with the position that you're in. So, you know, you might as well go get yours, Like, who was it? Oh, what leftist, woke, cultist person? Um, can't remember their name now. But one of the title of their books was in defense of looting. So, these people are given carte blanche to do this type of stuff. Instead of actually being held accountable, Well, what did you see over the summer of love that, 2020? Well, the people that were protesting for Black Lives Matter were totally fine, but the people posting against it were not. They were charged. They were, the cops went after them. So it's again, you know, give them the ability to do it. Tell them, "Hey, you know what? Because of someone's skin color, because of something that happened way, way, way long ago, well, you're not responsible for your actions." I think that's ultimately it. Mind you, this could just be, car thieves, doing what they do, parting cars out, selling them. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that's mostly what it is. But I think this speaks to a bigger thing where, and you don't see this going on in other places, especially around manufacturing plants. Does Tesla have that problem? Mind you,
Not that I'm
they're in
aware
they're in
of.
San they're in southern San Francisco. I don't know. They're right next to the
Oh, they're in San
one of the NASA
Francisco.
facilities.
I can see people trying to steal
Outside.
vehicles from San Francisco, though, because they'd probably be scared they'd have poop thrown at them.
Yeah, yeah. The what? Like all these places, even San Francisco. You see a lot of these old cities, relatively speaking. You know, for San Francisco, well, everyone just turned gay. Like that's just what happened. Like it's weird. Alex Jones says they turned the frogs gay. While they at San Francisco, you just turn gay. Like if you're not gay, you're out. Like
It's
I
in the
don't think
water.
you're allowed to live with him. I don't think you can live in San Francisco unless you're a homosexual.
Oh my God. I really wish you could have just seen that ad that came up on my screen. It was for Pride glasses. There was some glasses company that literally has rainbow
Oh, classic.
glasses.
Well, and
Oh,
well, we got something about that later, but
speaking of pandering, have you looked up Juneteenth on Google? Let's
Juneteenth. That's supposed to be the day that the U.S. abolished slavery, wasn't it?
correct, which is also Father's Day, but who's counting? Anyway, but interesting little panderage. So why don't you? I'm going to show the people here, but why don't you just Google Juneteenth and
I know,
and see what happens.
on Google or because
Yeah.
I'm on Brave.
No, do it on Google.
Oh God.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Oh, good old Google pandering. Gotta love the panderage. Would you like to see it again? Let's watch it again, shall we?
Oh, what the fuck? What is
Yay!
this? Jesus.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The little bit of graphics and stuff like that, it's a little fun. Like, oh, I'll give it that. But I'm just so sick of the pandering. Everybody panders to everything. It's so annoying. It really is. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't know if I should.
Well, you know what? See, this is what happens when you give minorities power. This is what happens.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a joke. I'm joking. But no, I'm actually not against this. I'm actually not against the idea of celebrating Juneteenth.
I'm
The
not a
idea that this, when they abolished slavery, mind you, in Canada, we were a little bit behind the times. We were still under the British monarchy. Oh, I know we still are, but you know what I mean. Well, know what I mean, like directly under
yeah.
the British monarchy, and they kept slavery around.
I literally I am not against this in the slightest. I think it's a great thing. It's just for me, it's just like I said, it's the pandering. Like I happened to look it up because I was trying to look up when it was actually not when it actually happened, which was in 1865. I was trying to figure out when was the first federal holiday that they celebrated in the United States, like when it was actually the very first holiday, just like how we have that Truth and Reconciliation Day. That was the first one was last year. So I was trying to figure out when the first Juneteenth was. and I couldn't find
Right.
it. So when I Googled it, that's what came up. And I was just like, oh, geez. And it was just, for me, like I said, it's just, oh, pandering, more pandering. But the actual premise behind it, I'm not against. I think it's actually a fantastic thing. The weird thing is that why does it have to be a shared holiday? Like it takes away from Father's Day. So why don't you move Father's Day?
Father's Day is bullshit anyway.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I mean, to some people it is something. But the thing is it gets oh, that's to you. There are people out there
Would
who
not
like
care
it.
less.
That's you.
Would not possibly care less.
I do. But I
I'm not a
mean,
father. What are you kind of trying to gender bend me? The hell's going on here? I will not
surprise.
stand for this, Kimberly. No, I will not stand for this kind of gender bender bullshit. We already have enough of it in this world. I can't deal with it. Can't can't. I'll get a divorce.
Don't you dare. You're stuck with me.
Do you
No,
want to be a divorcee?
I
Huh?
won't sign it. Mm-mm. You're stuck with me forever.
Well,
Biatch.
I will. I will find a way. In fact, I will chop your hand off and use it for the memory of writing your signature, and then I'll throw it away.
Oh, good luck
That's what I'm gonna
trying
do.
to do my signature. You tried it once before.
No,
You failed
I'll,
miserably.
no. I'll use your hand's memory. I'll attach it to my hand, and then I'll get your superpowers of writing, and then I'm gonna recreate your signature, chop it off, throw it in the dumpster.
That's
Be
really
like Hunter
messed up.
Biden.
That you're literally going to chop my hand off, sew it onto your body, use it, and then chop it off again. Dude, do you know how funny that would look? Your super long, like piano hand fingers and my like sausages. That'd be an interesting little pair.
Yeah, I know. I got large palms.
He's got really big hands, people. Really big hands.
But no, like again, I'm not opposed to this type of stuff, but is this the car theft is the way of commemorating it? Oh,
Huh?
it's genius. All the thievery. That's how you celebrate Juneteenth.
That's bad.
And
That's so bad.
all right, let that swirl in your mouth a little bit. Just enjoy that. Enjoy that.
That's
But,
bad.
you can see, with Google, and Google has a monopoly. As I use Brave because I fuck Google and fuck DuckDuckGo because they curate what you find, like very very particular in how they find or how their search results are done. So I'm not about that lifestyle. I'm not about the curation. Speaking of, well, no, maybe I'll save that for a little bit later. But so in order for celebrities to try and stay relevant, again, I don't know why they are given any type of credence, but of course, you know what? Let's take a look at the dumpster fire, the shithole, the absolute anus of the internet. BuzzFeed.
Anus. Ugh. The mental image I
Oh,
got there.
they are BuzzFeed is dog shit. They are terrible. Absolutely one of the worst, if not the worst type of publication. It's weird that, somehow BuzzFeed, this super woke lefty, psycho fucking dumpster fire. Gonna make it very clear of my stance with BuzzFeed.
No.
They somehow get these weird like lefty exclusives. It's really unusual. It's almost like they're trying to give themselves some type of credibility.
What?
But let's
No. You're talking crazy.
all right, so let's marry two things together. Irrelevant celebrities well, not even irrelevant celebrities, actors, people that play pretend for a living, and BuzzFeed. Oh, it's a match made in heaven. Match made in heaven. So from BuzzFeed here, folks are praising Jennifer Super Woke Lopez for introducing her child using they them pronouns. Okay. So she says, while on stage, I ask them to sing with me all the time, but they won't. So this is a very special occasion. They are very, very busy, booked, and pricey. It costs me, um, and it costs me when they come out. but they're worth every single penny because they're my favorite duet partner of all time. So if you'll indulge me, J-Lo added because before Emmy began singing Christina Perry's, I thought blah 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 blah. You hear how unnatural that sounds? Like it sounds like they're trying to. It sounds like they're trying to be relevant.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Really? Okay. So I took my kids to the supermarket and they got to pick out whatever cereal they wanted. And then I asked them what they would like for supper. It's just regular speaking. I'm not going to identify him and her or her and him or him and her and her. Like, you're just not going to do that when you're talking. It's always like, my family came over.
She's talking about a singular person.
She has two kids.
She's talking about one. Talking about one. Emmy further joined J-Lo for a verse of Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. Oh, bullshit. No, you weren't. You were born on a fucking raft. Let's go on things straight here. And he subsequently interpreted the performance as an affirmation of Emma's pronouns and praised J-Lo. They is now Emma's identifies, is how Emma identifies. This was J-Lo sharing that information. It's beautiful to see her supporting her child. On J-Lo respecting the pronoun. I need to work on saying they with so much ease for my child. For my child. For my child. Just completely discredit any type of biological ideology. Not even ideology, reality.
Okay. So you want to hear something? So I had to look up because I was very curious on how old her kids were, because she has twins, which they are 14. So okay, they're in that teenage year, which is the same kind of issues that we've experienced. Okay, now try this on for size. Okay, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and she knows of a 7-year-old who goes by them or they because they don't know if they're a boy or a girl.
This is
7.
at some point.
7.
Yeah. Well, this has to be at some point. It has to be child abuse. Like, okay, it's one thing. You know, they first started, and you know what? I would encourage you. This is all rooted. Look at my was it Dr. Money? Look up the fucking disgusting piece of shit that person was. This is where all of this stuff comes from. Dr. John Money, where he took two identical twins. He had one he raised as a boy, one he raised as a girl. And then he said that this is where gender comes from because they acted very differently than what they should be acting, so to speak. Except they leave out the fact that he molested them, raped them over and over. So again, it's weird. We keep coming back to this. Isn't it unusual? Isn't it weird? It's all focused on children, like extremely young children.
Okay, yeah, here
Isn't
we
it
go. Yes, it is unusual. It's disturbing on so many levels. Yeah. So John William Mooney, if whoever can't read what's on my screen, or no, Money. Yeah, it's spelt money. I guess I pronounced it retarded.
Okay.
But anyway, was a New Zealand psychologist, sexologist, and author of his research into sexual identity and biology of gender. He was controversial for his conduct towards vulnerable patients, including sexual abuse of young children. Nice.
Oh, yep.
That's nice.
Yep. This is where all this type of crap is coming from. So we talked about this yesterday. You have to get as close to the source as possible. That's what you have to do. You have to look at, well, where does this come from? This is where you get the ideas of, Karl Marx, as John Money in trying to determine gender ideology. Oh, it's kind of weird because he molested both of them, ended up killing themselves. So that's how good his
really.
One killed themselves, one overdosed and died.
Oh,
And
jeez.
I wonder why. It has nothing to do with the years of abuse that I'm sure that they experience at the hands
No.
of, you know, the science for science sake, and trying to push something that really doesn't exist. So it's it seems very coincident. It has to be a coincidence.
100%.
It has to be coincidental that it just so happens the same person that pushed this type of stuff is what, a lot of this left-wing, leftist, woke ideology espouses.
Yeah. Okay, here.
It's
Money believed a person's gender identity was determined by interaction between biological factors and upbringing. That represented a break from past thinking in which gender identity was largely believed to be caused only by biological factors. He really developed that entire field of study. Wow.
Yeah, he really developed it. Yeah, see, that's how the left praises him. They praise someone that literally sexually assaulted children. So it's it has to be just chance. A 7-year-old says that, "Well, I don't know my gender."
Right?
The fuck do
Like,
you
what?
th th this was this I would encourage them to say, "Oh, I would encourage you to look up John Money and how this all started because he was actually molesting children, and that's where this ideology stems from, and that's what they keep regurgitating. That's why they need to tear down. They need to tear down from the lowest blocks because you and me, like, we can think of a time prior to this and go, well, this is just weird. This is unusual. It seems unusual. But now kids today are growing up and this is just how things are.
It's mind-boggling. It really is. And like the thing is like this person is being or this kid is being taught this, in school, and not only in school, but of course parents then in turn are also, pushing it on and entertaining it, and so like it's just, oh my god, this kid is 7. Like, you are seriously messing these kids up, people. Like, you really are.
I,
It's hard enough for people to figure out who they are, what they are growing up without having all of these things thrown at them. And people have the audacity to sit there and say dumb shit like, "Oh, well, people told me I was a girl my whole life and it's not who I was." Okay, so what you're doing is any better? You're literally telling the kids that they have no gender, that they can pick their gender, they can be an elf, and that is not damaging to the kid.
oh,
Really?
this is going to be way worse. Like I said, they're going to have such a warped perception of reality.
Oh,
You see
100%.
so many. And I'll say this: technology is a fantastic thing. It's amazing what technology can do, but you are seeing a lot of people are being siloed. They're being, if you don't know what the term means, is you live within a certain parameter, within a certain group, and that's how you operate. And I've brought this up multiple times, like the idea that we used to be in nature. Now we dip our toes in. We kind of experience nature, for a week or 2 weeks when we go camping or whatever stupid shit normal people do. But now we're at the point where digital is replacing what reality was, where we experience life digitally and then we dip our toes into reality. So like the you see a ton of people that when their ideas like that fat chick, when she's confronted by the world saying, "Hey, you're too big, you're gonna hurt this animal," and she goes, "How dare they? How dare they?" Well, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we gave our kids shit because like I joke around and I try to ride the dog, but obviously I don't sit on the fucking thing. Like I have half a brain to figure out like, hey, I can't do that. I'm gonna hurt the animal,
Right?
but there's some people that go, oh well, they start eating their own garbage. They start leaving their own, you,
Yeah.
you never got high on your own supply. Like see this a lot with this. And like I said, Jennifer Lopez is just another one of these woke fucking losers that likes to seem irrelevant, like Madonna, all these people. They want to stay relevant and whatever that means. Okay, so then My direct question to that person that says, "Oh, well, their child is a they them." Oh, well, are you aware of where that comes from? That comes from a flawed and a absolutely disgraced doctor about gender identity, and he was actually molesting children. So, you know, people
Yay!
latched on people latched on to the idea of, the autism thing until people actually found out, oh, well, it was because of a completely discredited doctor, so much to the point that he actually lost his doctor's license or doctorate degree. Maybe not, he didn't lose his degree, but he lost his license because it was such a damaging statement to society. And like I said, it's almost like that autism used to be a very narrow type of thing. Well, now they've widened that umbrella so far. Well, a lot of people have some type of autism. It, it's a change in methodology. You know you could say that about a lot of things. But
Yeah.
no, this all comes back to one person. If do you want to get with the Karl Marx? Because that's like the origin. No, I shouldn't say he's the originator, but he's obviously very prominent. And this is just another sect of critical theory of deconstructionism.
You know what I find funny? I see so many different things happening in the world in so many different areas that is literally giving people the excuse to have interactions with children.
Mhm.
Not good interactions with children. You have, whether it's, oh, okay, well, we want to, teachers want to talk about sex to 5 to 8 year olds. They want to tell them about their personal lives. They, oh God, like that one psycho
And
girl that was like talking to her 2 year old about nephew about masturbating. Then you have people like, well, Epstein. You have people that are, in the higher circles. You have somebody like
oh,
Warren Jeffs, he was the prophet of the fundamentalist church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And he had a bajillion wives. I think he had like 75 wives or something. And he was like literally
it's weird.
marrying girls as young as 12. And
Hmm.
he was having interactions with them, and there were children who were like 13, 14 who were giving birth to babies. There were children giving birth
Hmm.
to babies. And the thing is, it's put in there. It's put in the religion, and he's the prophet, and this is for the greater good, and you want to go on to heaven. And but that's the thing, is like people keep using excuses to do things to children,
Molest
and I
children.
don't understand. I know I was trying
I
really
know it.
hard not to say the word, but it's just like, why? And the thing is, we're entertaining this. We're bringing children to strip shows, to drag concerts, to Pride. That was another thing too. Is this child got to go to Pride? Oh, it's
Yeah,
nice.
and
But it's exactly, when is this abuse? When is someone actually going to stand up and say we need to protect these children? This is not okay. Are you people really that naive and that ignorant not to see what it is that you're doing to these kids? How damaging it is?
I I don't think they do because they look again. It's the idea of reality. It's constructionism. It's trying to create something that doesn't exist. Gender. They used to say gender and sex are two different things. Sex is what you're born with. Gender is how you present yourself to the world. Okay, fine. If we were operating under that premise, okay, but now we're not because now you are seeing people that identify as female are now competing in female sports. That's why there are separation of men and female in sports. And you know what? At the detriment to women. So, in order to placate the 0.1% or 0.01% of the trans community, you are ostracizing and actually damaging a nearly 50% population of society. So, you want to talk about the absolute minority. Well, if people cannot play on the same level playing field, this is where things get a little interesting because again, it's trying to like I'm very logical in my thought. Like you can, if you think of one position logically, I can, you can kind of deduce where I line up on this position. Well, they talk about equal representation. They want They want equality of outcomes, not equality of opportunity. They want the same outcomes. You got to cut the tallest grass. Okay, well, the best women cannot compete against the best men. So what happens? The subpar men beat the fuck out of the best women. So, I guess in terms of equality, you've done more damage. And this is where, I really try to grasp with these types of concepts because they seem illogical. Absolutely. And yeah, a little spocky, but if it logically I cannot make sense of it, then okay, then I have no way of actually filtering that information. So you're seeing women are being pushed out of any type of competitive sport. Well, where's the equality of outcomes there? Because what, we just take all trophies away and everyone's a winner? Oh, everyone gets a ribbon? Everyone gets a prize?
Before we go on to the special train, I just Kevin Harted you. What the hell does Spocky mean?
Spock. Like Captain Spock.
That is what.
Was he?
Oh. Oh, okay. Was he what?
Because he
He's gay.
because he thinks in
Oh, wait. Isn't Spock gay? Or is
the
that a different.
fuck?
Or is that a
I don't know. They
different Star
do
Trek
everyone
character?
gay.
No, I don't mean in the
I
show.
don't
I
think.
meant like in real life, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Leonard Nimoy's gay. But my God, I thought I heard
Or
a
is it
plane over my head because that was way over my head. I'm pretty sure Leonard Nimoy's gay.
Leonard
But
Nimoy, or was it the guy who played Data? Oh, I don't remember.
well,
Whatever. Who cares? Carry on. Someone was
I'm pretty
gay.
sure even Gandalf is gay, and people, Lord of the Rings, the new group were saying the reason why people don't like the Amazon Lord of the Rings is because Gandalf is gay. Like not Gandalf, but the fucking how's the guy that plays him?
Like the real character?
Eh,
Like a real life guy?
Yeah, yeah,
So the guy in
and
real life is gay, not the
Ian
character.
McKellen. Ian McKellen, yeah, he is gay, and people said,
So?
"Oh, well, you don't like him because he's gay." Nope, nope. I could again. It's the same idea. I don't care. Isn't it weird how that keeps coming up? Like I don't care that Ian McKellen is gay. Fucking Gandalf was the shit.
Right? 100%.
Like that's the thing. Like I'm looking at the character.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the guy going, "Oh, Gandalf actually likes to, that staff. He likes to shove it up his ass." Hmm.
Well, and okay.
I bet you didn't know that.
No, I didn't. But even look at the character. Oh, what the hell is his name? The guy who played Doogie Howser. Oh my God. What is his name, people? Help me out. Are you Googling it?
I don't know who played Doogie. Oh, Neil Patrick Harris.
Thank you. Okay. So Neil Patrick Harris
Everyone know.
in real life is
That's
gay. But you see him in something like oh my God, that stoner movie. What the hell was that? The White Castle. Holy fuck, he plays like the biggest fucking womanizing douchebag in that movie. But the thing is, like, I can see him in anything. I can see him playing a straight guy. I can see him playing a gay guy. It doesn't change anything whether in real life he is gay and in real life he isn't gay. I don't care. He's a good actor. He plays a character. Who cares?
And that's one thing that's always interesting is they attach, so it's the idea of, what, I like movies. I love video games. I grew up with video games. Like from the day that I could have a mouse in one, there's a reason. Like my mouse is in my right hand. I'm left-handed. I know it looks backwards to you, but in my right, I can't play with my left. I also play guitar with my right hand. I can't do the backwards thing. It fucks me up. There's a lot of things that I do that I am dominant with my right hand in, and I can't use my left, which is why I make the joke. Look, you can tell I'm left-handed. But
There's one thing
but
he does do left-handed, people. You know what I'm saying?
I, who can do it with their opposite hand? Why are you some kind of freak?
You can. It feels like something else. It just doesn't feel normal. That's when you get it's like someone else's hand.
They call it the oh God, what is it called? I think it was the ghost. No, I think it is the ghost. I don't know. I can't
Whatever.
remember what it's called.
Who
There's,
cares?
there's a bunch of weird names that people have for these things. All I
100%.
really remember is the bat wing. I remember the bat wing. But we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, let's not. I feel like that might get us kicked off. So, but the thing is, like, what I don't understand is why literally there is so much focus on sex. Literally, that's it. That's all that it
What I'm
is.
saying.
Like, who really gives a shit who somebody else is having sex with? Why does somebody need an entire month to celebrate that they have sex with somebody who isn't what my neighbor has sex with? Who cares? Like having
Like
celebrations about the abolishment of slavery and stuff like that. Okay, these are milestones, you know, like winning the war, Remembrance Day. Like these are milestones. You know, having an entire month to celebrate sex, I don't get it.
It's not even sex. It's celebrating who you have sex with and proclaiming it to the world.
Which I don't
Like again,
understand.
if I had a friend come up to me and they said, "Hey, I know I never told you this, but I'm gay." Like, okay, and
I know.
am I like
Hold on, let me get the parade. All right, let's high five, let's hug, let's like wrestle. You want to wrestle?
yeah? Like, a lot of my friends is the funny thing is when they come out, I'm like, "Fuck, you must have been the last person to know." Like everyone knew you were gay. It's weird that you just found out. Like,
It took long
what?
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know the old cliche, but fuck, are you still finding Christmas presents in there? Like, what do you?
See, to me,
Oh,
it's just it
but
literally.
it's
Go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna finish with, but it's the same idea if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I like having sex with women." Hey,
Cool.
you like I don't know. Okay,
Can we
yes.
have a month on celebrating which kind of sex toy we like to have sex with? Vibrators, they got two-sided strap-ons. Like, can we have a month for that? Because I mean,
Oh, but
technically,
that's
it's
all.
what you're having sex with,
It's all.
right?
It's all baked into the cake.
Right?
You know what? To be fair, and I've brought this up before, lesbians should not be allowed to use dildos.
Fuck you.
They've made their choice. They're not allowed.
Shut up.
They shouldn't be allowed.
No, fuck you.
I said, I said lesbians.
uh, I'm half lesbian. Fuck you.
Oh, whatever. See, you had to fucking announce it. You had to say something.
No, like
You,
really? That's
you made
that.
your
How is
choice.
that fair? How is that fair?
You made the choice. If gender is an idea, well, then obviously sexuality is. It has to be. If you want to make these type of illogical jumps, like some people are
Okay.
born that way. Well,
Okay, then for gay guys, then why do they get a up the back? Hmm? I mean, they made their choice. They didn't want a vagine, right?
no,
So
you ain't
then they should
wrong.
just sword
Yeah,
fight it out. Yeah, that's it.
yeah, you're stuck to hand jobs and sword fighting. Sorry, gay guys, you lose.
Yeah. Well, if that's what you're gonna do to lesbians, then that's what I'm gonna do to gay
But
guys.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Okay, let's not forget that.
That was actually I don't know if it like came through on the recording, but it all of a sudden made this really weird like noise as soon as you made that face. It just kind of seemed perfect timing.
But it's I guess when like I'm looking at it from okay, this is a country that I grew up in, and you know what? I understand. I don't believe in God, but I understand our rule of law comes from the Bible. I get that. Trust me, it's not lost on me. I understand that. I benefit from a Christian society, so I don't look at it as oh, this is an attack against the church. This is an attack against God. I look at it as this is an attack on our very way of of society, of the progress that has been made, like actual progress, not the I'd like to touch little kids type of progress that seems to be so prevalent, but I'm talking about real progress. Yeah, getting rid of slavery. Having and again, I have the idea of I don't think the government should be in charge of marriage. I just don't. I think if you, hey, when me and Kim got married, I said, I really, I don't care. I'm not going to love you any more or any less just because I have a piece of paper that says I do.
He loves me more.
It, did-
Just kidding.
it, it was unchanged. The emotion, the feeling was still there, but you had the government step in and say, well, we need to force churches to do that. Why? That's what I don't understand. Like, hey, if a church doesn't want to do it, and now you have churches that say, hey, we will not, or if they don't, well, then they're sued. I I don't it's just that it's such a change in how our world, not necessarily how it runs, but it's discrediting the movements that actually change society for the better, of actual acceptance, not what the left has now determined acceptance. It's acceptance of ideas. It's weird that if you're dark skinned, in California they called Larry Elder a black conservative. They called him the white face of black supremacy, or the black, sorry, I said that backwards. The black face of white supremacy. A black guy, where they had people run out to him with a monkey suit on and throw bananas at him. A a very racist act, in my opinion. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything. You're seeing it over and over. If you adhere to the ideology, okay, then you're fine. If you don't, then you're ostracized and excommunicated. Oh, fuck. Here, I'm going to quote a black guy. Barack Obama said it's just a circular firing squad and they'll just kill each other. It's a purity test. Or as Gad Sad called it, it was the oppression Olympics. How many check marks can you list off? And however more victimhoods you have, well, higher up the victimhood rankings you go.
I love that.
Well,
Honestly, the Oppression Olympics, I wrote that down. I freaking love it. That is
Gad's
phenomenal.
Gad Sad, I think he's Jewish. So I think he knows a thing or two about oppression, but it's weird that Jews are not considered an oppressed people, even though they've been killed and almost exterminated en masse for decades.
Lebanese.
Or at, it's from Lebanon. Okay, yeah, because I think he had to flee. He fled his country of birth. Um, I think because he was actually going to get murdered. Him and his family were going to get murdered. So it's weird that I've spoke with people that come from communist countries, and they say I see the same thing coming here. It's the same thing happening here in Canada, in North America. We're seeing
In
the
the United
same stuff.
States. In the United States, they
That's
call it
North
China
America.
too. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, when I hear North America, I think Canada. I do not think of the United States in the slightest. I really don't. But
Yeah, so we're seeing that come here. I speak with people that came from those places, that came from Russia, from even old people that came from Germany. That was Eastern Western Germany.
yeah,
Some people have fond memories of it. Other people say that it was absolutely destructive
depends
and
which
it
side of Germany
destroyed
you're
them.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But so they're saying, hey, and the thing is, I don't know what communism. I can only learn from history. I can only learn from places. I haven't lived under communism.
Thankfully.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's coming here. People are wanting. This is where this critical theory is coming from. Karl Marx. I have to say it again. The proletariat and the bourgeoisie. That's what it was. It had everything. The idea of liberating the capitalists from or the people from a capitalist society. And I can understand that there are problems in North America. I 100% agree. I've said for a long time, I don't think that we live in a capitalist society. We live in a corporatist society at the very least, if not some kind of technocracy or an oligarchy or plutocracy, something. But it is not any type of actual capitalist democracy. So
It's just if people don't be careful or be more aware, that's what's coming. Like they're already small signs that are similar and that have been done in
I
communist
wouldn't
countries. So I mean the
I
thing
wouldn't
is
say
like
small.
No, but compared to an actual communist country, like there are similarities there. It is not 100% just like a communist country. No, absolutely not. But you can see the similarities. You can see certain things that have been happening that you're like, hey, I've seen this somewhere. It didn't end well the first time. We should
Well,
probably
you're
not allow this.
you're seeing ideas with universal basic income. The bigger push that I demand the government give me this. Okay, well, and I've said before, when you invite the government in, they now have a say. Well, who's the government? You and me. So I now have a say. If you want to men shouldn't have a say in women's health, yeah, it's my dollars going to it. So I think I do have a say, just as you would have a say if I told the government, hey, you need to pay for my gender reassignment surgery and you need to give me a tit job. Well, you now have a say in that. That's the thing. That's how this goes.
Yeah.
So, but we're seeing a lot of stuff. Like I said, the people are demanding more for the government. They want free education, free healthcare. Okay, well, I'm seeing like almost like a recoil in terms of people not going to college. College degrees mean nothing now. And actually, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about this, and I said that there are a lot of degrees that literally do nothing. Like cool, you got a piece of paper.
Bachelor of Arts. Woo.
You have a bachelor degrees in gender studies.
Whoa, hold on. You could be
Okay.
a teacher.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, what are you seeing in schools? Like, they go from think of how we kind of grew up. Or I shouldn't say how we grew up because I grew up in the idea of a meritocracy, and I've actually recoiled pretty hard against even my mom that she tried to do like the snowplow kind of parenting thing of what, you need help, you phone me, I'll take care of it. And eventually, I had to say, Mom, stop, stop. I'm an adult. I can do this for myself. Leave me alone. Stop it.
Yeah, my mom is the same way.
But but so now you're seeing, a lot of these teachers, they go, they go right into college or university, they get their teacher's certificate, and then they go back into the system. So they don't actually get to experience the world. They don't go and travel. They don't go and see other countries and how they work and how fortunate we are to be in a Western civilization where we really, and up until recently, skin color wasn't a factor. For whatever reason, now
Right?
it's being revived and thrown in your face of segregated spaces.
I'm trying to figure out when it was that the world had gone through some time warp or some weird loophole or there was some weird little glitch. Because all of a sudden, it's like people, exactly. When growing up, nobody cared about race. That wasn't even a thing. I didn't care if the person next to me was black, if they were East Indian, if they were Native. Chinese. It didn't matter. Like, I never looked at them at their skin color and be like, oh, they're Chinese. I
No.
was just like, hey, this is my friend. This is, like
Mhm.
it made it nothing. Like, I did not care. It wasn't a thing that I looked at. And even same with like, what?
I had a Chinese friend and I went to his house one day and so I had asked, I said, "Oh, um, like, do you have any like siblings or anything like that?" And his dad said, "No, his sister, she's taking a bath."
Obviously this was a joke, right? And not like something that the dad actually said. Like that
Yeah.
never actually happened, right? You're such
Yes.
an ass. Oh my God. You're horrible. But see, but that's the
Shit.
thing is like things like this didn't matter. Nobody really gave a shit who the hell you were having sex with. And don't get me wrong, the way that I had said it in previous podcasts or whatever, I have friends who are gay, and I had seen a lot of the struggles that they had gone through back when we were younger and when we were teenagers and young adults and stuff like that, and seeing how the struggles that they went through to have society accept them. Because when you are somebody who is generally speaking, not all, so relax, anybody out there listening. A lot of the times you can tell if a man is gay, if a woman is a lesbian, if somebody is transgender. Like a lot of the times you can tell, not always. Okay.
Yeah, the woman looks like me.
Sometimes, yes, and sometimes they're just freaking hot. So, regardless, you know, some of these people you could you could see it, right? So the hardships of them trying to be able to be accepted for who they are, you know, was real, and it was a real struggle, and I seen a lot of it. I didn't have to live it first-handedly, but I had seen the struggles that people have gone through. Now, I am glad we are past that for the most part.
Not.
Hold on. For the most part, in the fact that people are more accepting now. However, they went from being unaccepting to then all of a sudden you get to the accepting part to whoosh all the way, like way full circle back to now unaccepting, because now everything is completely reversed. It is just, it's twisted around. So they're fighting racism with racism. So before, you know, we had gotten through and past the fact of, you know, there being racism against Black people and stuff like that. We had kind of gotten to a good part, and then all of a sudden, woof, full circle. And now
you're seeing that pendulum. You know, the pendulum's hit one side, and I think you're seeing it rebound the other way. That people are starting to go like, hey, you know what? You're gay. Okay, well then, you know, there are going to be prejudices now. There are going to be people that are either homophobic or they're going to have some type of bigoted idea, like actual, like, you know, not the because you're not dating a trans woman means you're a homophobe, you're a bigot, you're whatever. No, I'm sorry, I just don't like dicks. I'm call
well,
me extreme, but I don't want to. I don't know. Keep it out.
no, no means
I
no.
don't care what you do.
Well, see, and that's the thing, is because now it's literally getting pushed on. If somebody like Blair White were to come up to you and ask you out, and you were to say no, okay, she wouldn't actually do this because Blair White isn't an idiot. She has a brain, but she, like, a person like that could then be like, oh, you're homophobic, you're transphobic, da 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 da, because you don't want to go out with me. No, you're just not my type. Super sorry, but I like fish, not sausage. You know,
Yeah.
I know that was a really bad analogy. Whatever. I'm a girl. I'm allowed to do that, but, or am I? I'm just kidding. But I mean, but that's the thing, is that now that they've gone full circle with it, because, okay, well, if a guy hits on you and you say no, respectfully say no, you're homophobic. Okay. Well, now it's not even just, okay, this is my sexual preference, you know, whoever I decide that I want to have sex with, that's my choice, that's my business. Well, now it's being literally not even just celebrated. Look who I'm having sex with. But it's also being pushed upon kids. And this is where the huge issue is starting to come from now, and where you're going to start having people who are giving a lot more pushback, and people who are going to be transphobic, homophobic, and all these things are going to start coming back in full swing, because now you're coming after the kids. And it's one thing, like, we could not care less what you do in the privacy of your bedroom. I don't care. Have at her.
Huh?
But if you're going to push my kid to do what you do, no, I don't push my kid to do what I do. Do you know what I mean? I'm not telling my child, this is how it is, da 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 da. I'm not pushing anything on them, because guess what? They're kids. Let them figure that shit out on their own. Like,
Well, see, this could be a topic for another day, but it's the idea of at least giving guidance. Like, you cannot micromanage. They have to make mistakes, and you know what? People have to be allowed to make mistakes. There also needs to be a path for redemption, and that seems like that is becoming less and less of a thing, especially on the left. And you're seeing, you know, think of Jamie Kilstein, where he was a super hard lefty, and then the woke came after him, and he went, "This is what I've been doing to people. Holy fuck!" Oh,
Yeah.
all right. That this could be a topic for a whole nother day. So let's get out of here.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to listen to some things that we have to say. Don't forget you can check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. You can check me out on Friday on Twitch where I stream killing big stompy robots because it's what I like to do. Otherwise, you can catch us again tomorrow. Hope everyone has a fantastic evening and we will see you then. Bye.